and a cutscene starring Lester will load. From there, you can purchase an arcade to learn more about how to operate these monsters. Below this, you'll find a link to my separate guide on how to set up your arcade. After that, you can begin the heist at the highest planning board. Before you can do that though, you'll need to complete some setup missions. The first one is a simple scope out job. In it, you'll need to locate all possible entrances and exits around the casino inside and out. Be sure to check the roof too. There are a few sneaky entrances that we'll discuss shortly. After that, you'll need to choose an approach. We have 3 possibilities. Silent sneaky, where you aim to sneak past guards or kill them silently. Big con, where you disguise yourself and use different employees, depending on your setups to sneak in and out. Or aggressive, where you simply rush in and kill everything you see. Each of these approaches is well designed and caters to different types of players, so you can find the one that suits you best. Some people will definitely disagree with this, and that's fine, but I'm not a big fan of the aggressive approach, and here's why I say that. Once you collect all of the loot from the vaults every time you get shot, you'll lose money. The big con and silent sneaky approaches can be done in complete stealth, meaning you'll never get shot, and you won't lose a single cent. Not only that, but if you reach the vault without being detected, you'll also get extra time in the vault as a bonus for not alerting any guards, which means you can grab more money. So between the silent and sneaky and the big, they're pretty similar. The main differences are the silent at sneaky approach makes it a lot easier to kill the guards because you're allowed to use silenced weapons and nano drone that has trunk darts and a stun gun to temporarily disable cameras. The big con makes it easier to deceive guards. With your disguises, both work really well. Same with aggressive, but just play whatever suits you best. But in order to keep all of your money, you don't want to break stealth, so let's talk about the best crew. Just like single player, you have to pick to help you with certain parts of the heist, and all of the crew will take a certain cut from the final profit of the heist. First, you've got a gunman who will provide you with the guns you'll be using for the heist, a driver who provide the getaway vehicles, and a hacker who's going to give you more time in the vault before you have to evacuate if you plan on completing the heist in complete stealth. Go ahead and select the worst gunman and the worst driver, and the reason for that is if you complete it in complete stealth, all you need is a silenced pistol and your getaway cars won't matter. If you don't alert the cops and they don't know where you are in the first place, of course this way you'll be able to keep more of the final cut. If you're completing the aggressive approach, you might want to invest some more money into a better crew because you'll be fighting enemies and escaping from the cops. So just keep that in mind. Regardless of the approach, always pick the best hacker available because the more time you get to loot, the better. We'll dive into that a bit further. Now, depending on how many people you complete the heist with, you might not be able to grab all of the loot. That's because there's 3 possibilities of what might be in the vault. Most people think it can only be cash in the vaults, and that's because the first time you complete the heist, it's always going to be cash. But after you complete your first completion, what's in the vault is completely random. The 3 possibilities are cash, which will pay out 2.1 million, artwork, which is just over 2.3 million, and gold, which will pay out over $5 million. The thing is, cash and gold are going to take a lot more time to collect than the artwork does, and are put a side-by-side comparison up on screen now so you can see the differ. So, of course, the more time you get in optional missions, the vault, the better, especially if you don't. Artwork, let's talk about the optional setup missions. For the most part, I recommend completing all of them because they make the finale a hell of a lot easier. Don't make the mistake that I did, and a lot of people did the first time they completed this heist, and just completely up the finale because we couldn't be bothered to do the extra missions. They're all pretty simple, and it'll be worth it in the end. The only mission that you might not want to complete is the power drills. These drills are going to allow you to drill into safety deposit boxes in the vault and earn a little bit more money. I think it's up to $300,000. But if you don't have 3 or 4 people for the finale, you probably won't have the time to do it anyway. So that's up to you. I've also seen a lot of you guys asking about which entrance and exit is the best. And for all of the approaches, my favorite exit is the garbage disposal because it's around the back of the casino and it makes it a lot easier to escape the cops. As for the entrance, well, that depends on the approach, but after completing all of the approaches, these are my favorite entrances. For the big corner, I recommend entering through the security tunnel, which can be scoped out by going under the racetrack and taking a photo of this door. This is going to take you right up to the vault and allow you to walk straight in as long as you keep your disguise. As for the aggressive approach, I prefer the sewer tunnel entrance, which can be scoped out by going over to the entrance of this tunnel. Here, driving through the tunnel and taking a photo of these bars. This again is going to take you right up to the vault, making it a lot easier as for the silent and sneaky approach. I like entering through the roof because, well, you get to jump out of a helicopter and stealth. All right, it's pretty cool. And just a couple more things to help you get more money, of course. If you weren't doing it already, before you start the finale, sell to the dealer that's farthest away to get the most money. I don't know why you wouldn't do that. But just in case you weren't, definitely do that, and unless you've got lots of friends nagging you to do the heist, I would highly recommend. Especially if you're not doing the aggressive approach, to complete it with 2 people. Of course, that way the final cut won't have to be split up between 3 or 4 people, and you'll get a higher cut for yourself. So that is pretty much everything I think you need to know before you jump into this heist. If you have another question that maybe I didn't answer in this one, feel free to comment it below. Just be like, yo, TG, and then just write whatever you want it to write. Just make sure you check to see if that question already been asked, because I'm not going to reply to 500 comments asking the same thing. And that will bring us to the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If this video helped you at all, a thumbs up, of course, would be greatly appreciated. And consider subscribing for more GTA and other gaming content like this. Make sure you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next video. Fit color money green. Pink, my weapon has been at the head of the pack since the first kid entered the 7th race.